Hey everyone, and welcome back to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Asriel Dreemur from Undertale. So we're going to start with the eyes. We'll start with the curve above the left eye. From the outside, we'll curve in. And then we'll draw the underside of the eye. So stepping in just a little bit to have a little overhang on the end, we draw the reverse curve going up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting in the center, curve up and out to the right, and we'll tuck in the bottom lid underneath. Let's go ahead and draw in the pupils. So in here, at the top edge, I'm going to draw a small little circle. Draw the same on the right side. I'm going to draw a little point, a little tiny dot in the center. And we're going to color in the insides of the eyes black. From here, let's draw the eyebrow. So on the left side, we're going to raise the eyebrow up. So starting up above the eye, we're going to curve down and then in. On the right side, we're going to lower the eyebrow. So we're going to start on the inside, curve up, and then just go out to the right. In the center here, I'm just going to draw a little line for the frown line. Let's move on the way down here and draw in the nostrils. So we're just going to draw two little tiny angled lines going towards the center. And then we'll draw in the top of the mouth. So just below the nostrils, I'm going to draw a curve from left to right. And we're going to curve up the ends of the mouth, going up. From here, let's draw in the bottom of the mouth. So from these 2 points on the end, we're going to curve down to the bottom of the mouth. So coming down, rounding out the bottom of the mouth, we'll curve up to the right side. We're going to draw in some fangs. So from this point here, I'm just going to draw a curve coming in, and then tucking that back in underneath the mouth. Do the same thing on the right side. We're going to draw in a little tongue. So right on the left side here, we'll curve over to the right side. Let's color the inside area in black. From this point, I want to draw in the sides of the temple. So just left of the eye, I'm going to draw a little curve going out. On the right side, we'll do the same. And then we're going to just do a slight overlap for the cheeks. Going up on the left side, curving around on both sides. Now we're going to curve down in the opposite direction around the mouth, down towards the chin. From here, let's round out the bottom of the chin. So connecting those 2 points of the curve. Up here on these points, these little overhangs, I'm just going to draw a little lightning bolt, little zigzag that goes up like that. From here, we're going to curve up the sides of the head, going up towards the horns, and then we're going to draw a little socket for the horns. So up here, I'm going to draw a little curve like this. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. Now we're going to draw the horns curled around. So from the top point here, I'm going to go up in an angle towards the left, and then just pull that back. We're going to come back up, and just taper it so it gets a little bit wider, and then back to the point in that little socket there. On the right, we'll do the exact opposite. We'll curve out, and starting back at the base, we'll come up and then just taper to a point. Let's draw a little bit of the hair on top. So just behind this horn, I'm going to curve up and over towards the right. I'll pull that back. I'm just going to brush the hair over towards the right side. We'll do a longer line, curving back down, go out one short line, and then pull that in behind that horn. Okay, so we got the majority of the head. Let's draw in the ears. So behind this horn, I'm just going to step up a little bit. I'm going to curve it out, and I'm going to flick it out on the end, going outwards. From here, I'm going to round out the bottom, and then I'm just going to pull this up underneath that cheek. Let's do the right side. Up here, I'm just going to draw a curve coming down, and then I'll pull this out towards the right. I'm going to curve this down towards the left side. Now I'm going to tuck this in underneath the head, rounding out the tip. Just going to pull this up underneath the cheek. From here, let's go ahead and draw the neckline. So just under the chin here, I'm just going to draw a curve going across. Just going to close that gap off there. Let's draw the neck. So just left of that chin, the curve out on both sides. And we're going to draw the back of the collar. So I'm just going to curve in behind the neck. We're going to draw a little bit of trim. So I'm just going to follow that same line just underneath, like so. Let's draw in the collar. So he's got this big collar that comes out. I'm going to start up here and just draw a curve going out to the left and out towards the right. And we're going to pull these in with a curve coming in and tucking that in behind the ears. And we're just going to trim this out. So just basically tracing that curve on both sides. Now we're going to draw the bottom part of the collar. So down here, it's probably going to come up this way. So right here, I'm going to pull out and then curve that back in underneath the ear. On this right side, we'll do the same thing. So curving out and then tucking that in underneath the ear. We're also going to trim this out as well. So on the inside, we'll just trace the outer line. so. Okay, from here, let's draw in the gown. So we're going to draw this pretty low, probably draw it down to about here. So on the left side, underneath this collar, I'm going to curve out, and then go back out, and then just pull that back in. So a nice little wave like this. Doesn't have to be exactly the way I drew it. Up here on the right side, we're going to curve it straight out towards the right. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve along the bottom. Coming up like that. From here, let's draw in the little detail in the center here. So in the center, he wears a heart necklace. So in the center, I'm just going to curve around, down to a point, and we'll do the opposite on the right side. And for the chain, all we need to do is on this top corner of the heart, just draw a series of circles that get tucked in underneath the ears. Do the same thing there. We'll draw the little symbol in the center here. So along the top, we're just going to draw a curve. We're going to round out the curves on both sides. Now we're going to come down to a rounded point down here. So curving down, we'll go to the right side and do the same thing. So coming down, and then just merge that together like that. We're going to trim this out as well. Starting on the top, just go all the way around, just trying to keep the spacing consistent all the way around. Like that. In the center here, there's a circle. So draw a circle, and then we're going to draw the 2 wings. So to do this simply, we're just going to step over to the left side, draw a curve, and then flick it up at the end. From this point, I'm just going to curve in. We'll do an overlap, do another curve, do another overlap, and just pull it into that point there. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So from the bottom, we'll curve around, and then just flick it up at the end. We'll curve in, do an overlap, curve in, one final overlap, and pull that right into that point. In the center here, there's 3 triangles. So we're going to draw one to the left, one to the right, and then one upside down. Like that. All right, the final step, let's get into the arms. So I'm going to have the arms hanging out like this. So we're going to start with this shoulder coming in towards the elbow. So we're going to draw the arm like this towards the hand. So the shoulder up here, I'm going to draw a curve and then pull it out towards the left. We're going to do an overlapping curve. So it just overlaps a little bit here. Then we're going to curve out towards the wrist. From here, we're going to draw the gown, the sleeve. From this point, we're just going to pull it down with a big curve. And we're going to pull this up behind the gown. It's going to get a little bit thinner as it gets towards the elbow. So we'll just pull it up like that. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting up at the shoulder, curve around, and then pull this out. We'll do an overlapping curve. And then we're going to do the top curve of the sleeve. We'll draw the sleeve edge, curving down, and then we're going to pull that up underneath the gown. So it gets a little bit narrower as it gets towards the elbows. Let's draw on the hands. So we're going to draw the hands like this. So you're going to see this side of the palm first. So right up here, we're going to leave a little gap for the wrist. We're going to draw a straight line going out. We're going to overlap this with a curve. From here, we're going to draw the first claw coming up, and then we're going to taper and pull that back. And then from this point, we're just going to do a little bulge like that. This is this part of the palm. We're going to layer in the fingers in behind. So up here, curve out to the knuckle, curve up. We'll curve that back down. Now I'm going to do a little overlap and just draw a curve in behind that finger. Let's do one more finger. So up here, just draw a curve. Now from this point of the finger, we're going to curve around all the way to the thumb with a curve. And we're going to go behind those fingers, around, and up to the thumb. So you can see it's almost like a circle there. I'm going to pull this down, it's right there. And then up here in this little gap, I'm just going to draw a straight line across for the wrist. From this point, we want to draw the back side of the cuff. So from here, curve up and just tuck that in behind the hand. Let's do the exact same thing on the right side. So again, leaving a gap at the top, right about here, we'll draw a short straight line, do an overlap, curving down towards the knuckle, like here. From this point, we're going to curve up towards the fingertip, and then curve this back down, and we'll do the palm, that little bulge that comes out. Now we're going to layer in the fingers in behind. So up here, curve to the second finger, curve up to the tip, and pull that back down. We'll do an overlapping line behind there. Now for the third finger, we're going to curve all the way to the tip. Now we're going to make our way all the way to the thumb. So curving around, behind the fingers, and right here we'll curl up the tip of the thumb. We'll curl that back towards the wrist, and then just layer in a line behind. Up here we're just going to draw the back side of the cuff, right there. The final step are the feet, and basically just simple paws. So right here, I'm going to draw a curl going around like this. we're going to do a series of overlaps. So up here on the toe, curl around again, leaving a little gap. And then one final one, we'll pull it in, and then we'll just reverse the curve up underneath the gown. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So starting here, curl around, do an overlap, second toe, overlapping third toe, and then just pull that in the opposite direction underneath the gown. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Asriel, Dreemur from Undertale. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.